So now what we've got is to look at what happens if we move this parabola. So we're going to take the exact same parabola, same conditions, everything, except the only thing that's going to be different is our parabola is not going to have a vertex at 0, 0, but this time we're going to have a vertex, say, right here. And I don't even know what that is. It's negative 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's negative 4, 3. Those are our coordinates of our vertex. So we're going to plug it into our, back to this equation. Again, we said it's the same thing, so we've got a p value of 3, 1, 2, 3, and that's just because it's the same. So p equals 3, and then I'm going to go up 6 and down 6 to graph it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Say 6 is here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So just to show you, it's the same parabola. Is this going to cooperate? Yep, see, roughly the same. I don't pretend to be the greatest artist, but whatever. But here's my point. Let's write the equation of this new parabola, which is in green. We're going to have y minus 3 squared equals 12, and then we have x minus negative 4, which is x plus 4. That's our equation. That's all we need. So let's look at some more examples. Try a couple more and see what's going on. Okay. We've got a graph. We're going to graph this parabola. We've got a vertex at some hk value. We want to find the vertex, directrix, and focus of the parabola given by this equation. Standard form looks like x minus h squared equals 4p parentheses y minus k. So the first thing we need to do is find the vertex. Okay, fine. Our vertex is at some h, k. In this case, h equals 3, because I'm looking at my form of my equation is x minus h. Well, x minus 3, so h is 3. My k value is going to be 1. That doesn't look like a k. K equals 1. So that's going to tell me where my vertex is. So my vertex is at 3, 1. Next step, find p. Well, p is going to be 8 divided by 4. So p equals 2. Now, am I opening up, down, left, right? Well, I've got x minus 3 squared, so that means I got a vertical parabola. P is positive, so it opens up, and that's really all I need to graph this parabola. So I'm going to put my vertex at 3, 1. So I go 3, 1. P is going to be 2. It opens up, so I go from my vertex and I go up 2. 1, 2. There's P. That's my focus. Now, if my P value is 2, I need to make my opening, or as it's referred to, the lattice rectum. I'm going to go this way, 2P. I'm going to go this way, 2P. So P is 2, so 2 times 2 is 4. So I start at my focus and I go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I draw my graph. The only other thing I got to do is find my directrix. Well, I said that P was 2, so my directrix is negative 2. So I start here at my vertex, go down 2, and here it is. And that's actually the line y equals negative 1. Alright, nothing to it. Let's keep going, see what else we've got. Here's another one. So maybe you want to pause the video, practice it yourself, or I'll just go ahead and do it. We've got to find our vertex. So our vertex is going to equal 2, negative 1, and my p value is 4 divided by 4, so p is 1. It opens... Did I do that right on that last problem? Yeah, okay. It opens up. I got an x squared. That would mean either up or down. P is positive. Opens up. So all I got to do is plot my vertex. That's at 2, -1. P is 1, so right there. Now I go a distance of 1 to my focus. Go 2p here, 2p here, and draw it. And since that's my focus was a distance of 1 from the vertex, my directrix is a distance of -1 from the vertex. There we go. And this is actually the line y equals -2. Okay, let's see what else. Alright, now here's where it gets interesting. We need to graph this guy. But it's not all given to us in a convenient form. So what we've got to do is we've got to complete the square and rewrite this general form of a parabola in the standard form. So here's what we need to do. The first thing we've got to do is isolate the y terms. So I've got a y squared and I've got a y. I'm looking at what squared to determine what to isolate. So since y is squared, I'm going to isolate y, or all my y's I should say. So I've got y squared plus 2y. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract 12x from this side and I'm going to add 23. So if I do that to that side, I got to do it to this side, so that's going to give me a minus 12x over here plus 23. This is 0, 0. Alright, so that's going to give me negative 12x plus 23. Now, here's what I got to do next. Complete the square. I've got y squared plus 2y. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take half of 2 and then square it. Half of 2 is 1, and 1 squared is 1. So I add 1 to this side. Well, if I add 1 to the left side, I've got to add 1 to the right side. So I do it. Now, this guy right here is going to factor as y plus 1 squared, which equals, this is going to be negative 12x plus 24. And we're going to have to factor negative 12 out over here, so let's do that. Y plus 1 squared equals negative 12, and that's x minus 2. So now it's in our standard form. So all we got to do is plot it. Vertex. It's going to get, right here I have x minus 2, so my vertex is going to be at 2, comma. Right here I've got y plus 1, so I'm at 2, negative 1. My p value is going to be negative 12 divided by 4, so that's negative 3. So I've got p equals negative 3. I've got a vertex of 2, negative 1. I know that p is negative, so I know it opens to the left because I've got y squared going on. So I'm going to go to my vertex, plot it. I've got 2, negative 1. P is negative 3. 1, 2, 3. And then since this was a distance of 3, I go above and below the focus a distance of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And, oops, missed that. And now, my p distance was 3, right? So, I go in the opposite direction, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's where my directrix is. The directrix and the focus are important because the vertex right here is always exactly in the middle of the focus and the directrix. So, what else? Let's do, so x squared. Let's do this one. Okay. So, here's what we're going to do. We got our x is being squared. We've got a 6x, so I'm going to have x squared plus 6x. I'm going to subtract 8y, subtract 1, so minus 8y minus 1. Okay. Half of 6 is 3. 3 squared is 9. So since I'm adding 9 on this side, I've got to add 9 on this side. This is going to factor out to be x plus 3 squared equals, boy, that's, what is that? Negative 8y. Negative 1 plus 9 is plus 8. So now we've got to factor out the greatest common factor here. Again, we'll have x plus 3 squared equals, factor out a negative 8. That's going to give me y plus 1. Now, we're looking, here's our x, here's our y. We're going to take the opposite inside the parentheses. So our vertex is at negative 3, negative 1. Our p is negative 8 divided by 4. That's negative 2. X squared, so it's vertical. P is negative, opens down. And now we plot. So vertex is at negative 3. 1, 2, 3, negative 1. My P is negative 2. So I'm going down. 1, 2. There's my P. There's my focus. So I got a distance of 2 here. I want to go a distance of 2P this way. 2P this way. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4. And I get 4 because it's 2P. P is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It would help if I could draw. And so we get something that looks like that. I hope this helps. Let me know. Thanks.